Hi, so I decided to do a grocery haul video. I recently did a blog post on our budget for groceries every month, and it went over really well, and I wanted to kind of give you more of a real life scenario, show you what we do on a weekly basis. We just went grocery shopping this morning, so it was a good time to do it. And I wanted to mention one thing before I show you my groceries, is that I actually spent a little bit more this week than I normally do, because there were some random things that I needed, and I talk a bit about that in the blog post, which I'll link to in the description of this video. But I usually spend around $60 a week is my usual budget. Sometimes we run into things that we need for either events or just different things that don't fall into that weekly necessity list, and so I end up spending a little bit extra from either my grocery money or from something that we call the discretionary fund. And the discretionary fund is usually just a little bit of cash, whether it's $10 or whether it's $60 or whatever it is, that we decide at the beginning of the month that is to be used at our discretion. Kyle usually hands it to me, and I tuck it in the back of my wallet, and we do use it as needed. So, for instance, this week my grocery bill ended up being $80 instead of $60. Because I had some other things that I needed, some random stuff, which I'll show you in a bit. And it was really helpful to be like, oh, I know I have that little bit of extra there in the back of my wallet. I can use that towards extra groceries, extra things that I don't usually purchase during the week. And forgive my voice, we are just getting over a cold, so I sound funny. But the discretionary fund is really, really helpful. It's kind of like your mini monthly emergency fund, and it's really helpful when you're still getting used to budgeting, or you're just, you're not sure what the month is going to hold, and just because, life is unpredictable doesn't mean you can't plan for it, and that is what your emergency fund and your discretionary fund, that is what the whole point of that is, to be prepared for the unpreparable, prepared for the unexpected things in life. So this is our groceries. This is the overview of our groceries for the week. And my hands are right way. Okay, so most of what we normally get are things like the almond milk, the applesauce, this meat. I love when they have this chicken on sale. It's $1.89 a pound. Sometimes it's $1.69, and I usually get one, and I will make that last throughout the week. Same with the turkey here. I don't like buying the cheap turkey from Aldi, so the one that comes in like the little rolls, it's disgusting. So I moved up to this kind, and here, Titus, look. Oh, you want the other one? Sorry. I moved up to that one because it was just better quality, and I just felt better about purchasing it. Other things we normally purchase are things like the rice cakes and the crushed tomatoes. I usually get us a bag of corn chips to eat with tacos. Get a bag of potatoes. Those are really helpful to have. And our random veggies. This was a pretty lean veggie week. I didn't really need a lot of extra ones because I still had some from last week. So I just got the cauliflower, the broccoli, and the peppers. Because I still had carrots and lettuce and stuff in the, oh, and I also got a cucumber. There it is. Still had other things in the fridge that need eaten. Some frozen green beans, tomatoes. Oh yeah, tomatoes, there you go. I got this is what I usually get for pasta. We only have pasta maybe once a week, and I still had rice in the cupboard, so I didn't need that. I get these for Kyle. I don't eat them, but I make him burritos and stuff sometimes. This has been on sale, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been pretty tasty. I don't like eating a ton of corn, but I have been making like a cold pasta salad with it, and we're going to a picnic on Sunday. We're hopefully going to a picnic, and that I'm going to use that for to make a cold pasta salad, which on that note is why I got this dressing. This is a really great dressing, and why I got an extra block of cheese. Generally, I only get 1 block of cheese, and that is like 1 meal, or I might make 2 meals out of it, but don't you get a lot of cheese because it's just expensive. And some raisins. These have been 99 cents for this packet. I don't get these often as well because they're usually too expensive for me, but these have been fun. We've been enjoying those. Sunflower seeds, these were on sale for Titus. These are like some special little munchers that they had pretty discounted, and there's no sugar in them, so I really liked those. Salsa for our tacos, and I make a taco mix. I'll have to post the recipe for my taco mix because it's really fun. Also got Titus 2 of these packets. This is like his shopping treat that he enjoys. So he really likes to eat those. And I mean, they're pretty much all gone, so I might take those away. And this is my, I needed some cleaning supplies. These are my cleaning supplies. White vinegar and baking soda, and I'll often add essential oils to this, or even this, and it cleans just about everything that I need cleaned. What else special did I get? Some olive oil. That's usually on my list of things I don't get every week. The coconut water, I wanted to get us because we're sick and we needed some extra hydration. Oh, and this is not a bottle of wine. I wanted to make sure you knew. This is apple cider vinegar. I think it was 3 something. Pretty good for a big bottle like this, whole liter. I've been drinking so much of it. That and the lemon juice as well. We've been drinking a lot of it for our being sick. And oh, this was another random thing. I never ever get these, but it's 95 cents, and I figured I could take it to the picnic. So that's one of those things that sell under the discretionary needs. Give Titus some more of these. Yeah, they're really cool little munchy things. A lot of the ones at Aldi's have sugar in them, so it's really nice when I can find one that doesn't have sugar in them. And so that is our overall grocery haul. That's $80 worth of food. I'm kind of hoping it'll last us a little longer than a week, but I am prepared. And there was several extra things that I needed, like the vinegar and the lemon juice, and those kind of things that I don't normally purchase. So that's that. So my grocery budget is generally, we try to keep it at $250 a month, and that we found that's pretty reasonable for us as a family of 3. And do you want to see yourself? Say hi. Say hello. Now you're quiet. So we have found that that's pretty reasonable for us, and I generally break it up by the weeks, and try to do around $60 a week is what it works out to be over the course of 4 weeks. And sometimes it's a little more than that, sometimes it's a little less than that, depending on how many sales I can find, or what we are in need of, or if we have events or anything going on. But it's pretty doable. It's not an impossible thing to do. It's really reasonable, and I always just make sure that I plan correctly. And also I'll sit down at the beginning of the month and I'll look at how many weeks there are, where the days fall in the month, so I know that when I go shopping, I have to, only shop on certain days, or shop, wait till a certain day of the week, so I know that I can make my food last till the next week, or the end of the month, especially if it's towards the end of the month. But having that money in my wallet, in cash, really helps against overspending or unexpected spending. Thank you. So I have that $2.50 in cash in my wallet, and I know that that is all I get. That is everything that I have for the entire month, and I have to make it last. And however I spend it, however it gets broken up during the month, that's what I've got. That is all that I have for the month. So if I overspend on one week, I'm going to be short on another week. Or if I calculate my weeks wrong, which I have done many times in the past, we're going to be without groceries at the end of the month. Or, you know, we're going to be pulling money from somewhere else so that we can get food for the last 4 or 5 days of the month. So I try to guard against that as much as I possibly can and plan ahead as much as I can, shop well, think about things before I do them, and think about my week, think about any events that are coming up or anything that I might, you know, be unexpected. And it works. It's not impossible. You just have to have a plan. You just have to have a level head, and not dart to the store every time you need something, because that just creates overspending and makes things more expensive. So, and also, I wanted to say, if you're not shopping at Aldi and you are on a budget or you're trying to be on a budget, you need to be shopping at Aldi. And if you don't have one in your area, I am supremely sorry that you don't have an Aldi in your area, because it is wonderful. And I just read an article this morning, and I need to do a little more research on it, but there was an article that announced that they're looking into doing home deliveries with their groceries. And I am in love with Aldi. So I don't know what cities, there is very little details on it. I don't know what cities or anything, but let's hope that it's true. Let's really hope that it's true. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And I wanted to say just a couple more things about the discretionary fund and just how helpful that is to have, especially if you're just starting out in a budget, if you're just doing it for the first time, or you know, you're unfamiliar still with what your budget completely holds. Having that discretionary fund really helps to alleviate a lot of stress, so you're not, you know you have a little bit of something to fall back on. It's not something that's meant for to be spent immediately in your month. I find it helpful to kind of hide it and kind of forget about it, so that like by the end of the month, if I'm running out of something or I need something crazy extra, I know that I can have that little bit of something extra to spend at the end of the month. Or if we decide we want to go out to eat, or you know, we want to order pizza or something, that is something that we can, you know, it's not planned for, but we can fall back on that. So there's something else I wanted to say, and I forget what it was. I think because we're hungry and we need to eat some food. So I will link to the blog post that I did previously about grocery shopping, and in the description. Please go ahead and read it. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to go feed this boy some more food. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.